Hello ladies, welcome to another new episode of Alive. This is the show where we bring you exciting and informative content. Yes, this is a place where you feel alive. And today I am excited beyond measure because we are joined with the beautiful Miss Autism 2019. Yes, I'm so excited because she took the time. So I'd like her to introduce yourself and tell us what the world does not know about you.
My name is Sarah Bosibori. I am the light of Autism Kenya 2019 to 2020. I represent two foundations, which is Radiators in partnership with Step Up for Autism. Something people don't know about me.
Yes.
I'm a nerd / artist / everything, but I love being happy. That's my motto. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're an artist.
Yes.
Okay. You've drawn a couple of things.
Yes, I can paint and I can draw as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Can you sing?
Yes, in the bathroom.
Woo! Well, most of us can sing in the bathroom. Thank you for coming to join us. And today we're going to be talking about autism. I know most people really do not know what autism is all about. So I have Sarah here with me so that she can help us to understand more. Well, I don't know, is it a disorder really?
Autism is a condition that involves the challenges of communicating, challenges in learning disabilities such as I found out recently that I have dyscalculia, which is a problem with arithmetics. And then the uniqueness about autism, it's a spectrum. All of us are different. Mm-hmm. Yes, we have difficulties in different things, but we also have our strengths, and that is very important for society to know that we're not just our weakness, but we also have our strengths.
When did you actually get to know about this condition and that you're living with it?
I came to know about it when I was a little bit older because as I was growing up, I still had, my signs were stronger as a child. I was so hyperactive, and that's one of the signs of people living with autism. We are so hyperactive, we become aggressive, but with therapy, and that therapy really helps me through school, and how they basically teach you with your pace. That's how I became the person I am today.
Nice, okay.
Yeah.
So I know people are wondering, or ladies are wondering, how is it you can diagnose your kid at an earlier age that they're living with autism? How would a parent know or a caregiver know that they're living, or rather the person they're taking care of is living with autism?
Like I said, the signs show normally when we're children. Let's say maybe I've missed some milestones in primary school. Maybe the child doesn't know how to read yet, doesn't know how to write, and those are the I don't want to say red flags, but because it's sort of like a label.
Yes.
Those are the signs that really tell a parent or a teacher that this child may have difficulty in may have a learning difficulty.
Okay.
And that's when the teacher tells the parent, and the parent is normally recommended to take the child to a therapist for them to get assessed.
Okay.
And through that assessment is when they really know now the condition the child has.
I actually was reading a study that here in Kenya, there are no prevalent data or information regarding kids living with autism or people living with autism. So you'd find that people within the community will look at this kid or will look at this person and be like, this person is not behaving normal.
Yeah.
Because they're atypical. You know, you'd look at yourself, you're like, okay, I'm normal, but who would say what normal is anymore? Everyone has their own crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's good what you're doing. I really thank you for coming and just telling us or talking to us about this condition. So tell us more about you as Miss Autism or Miss Sarah Bosibori. Tell us, how has it been living with autism?
It has been a journey, a long, very, very long journey, because I didn't really understand myself. I think I was going through an identity crisis as a child, but I wasn't so sure I was going through it. But unfortunately or fortunately, I came to know about it more or accept it as an adult.
Yes.
Like at the age of 20, 21, 22 there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So previously you were in a state of denial, or what state were you in before you actually got to accept yourself?
Denial. I can say denial because when you're done with school, high school, you're going to a tertiary institute. Yeah. I was in a special. Yes, I was in a special school.
Okay.
So now graduating to go to a tertiary institute, you're used to people who are different. Previously, you go now with people who are like, not like, I would say, can I say normal? Who are neurotypical. Yes, neurotypical. And you're like, you are struggling to cope. I mean, struggling to keep up with neurotypicals, which really led me to depression. And that depression, I had suicidal thoughts. Like I felt like I didn't belong in this world. And I think that was before I got an idea of support groups on Facebook. This was in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going through a rough patch in my life where I just finished my certificate at BIFA and I was going for the diploma. So that really was a letdown to me in terms of like I was really struggling to try and catch up. It's like I was going above my limit. So I was really, it's like I was refusing that I had autism. Yeah.
Okay.
But my sisters were really there for me. My sisters, they kept on pushing me like, we're not going to let you stay at home and not do nothing because you'll have suicidal thoughts and
you need to be busy.
Yeah, you need to be busy. So I was taking for internship at some company, and I went through all the departments, which was interesting. It was very interesting because I learned a lot from that experience. And then through that, like while doing that, I also was looking for a support group, and that's when I came across Kenya Autism Alliance on Facebook. That's where every parent or some parents who have the children living with autism there. I remember I was really, really, really low, and I really wanted to seek help from others. So I went through that small therapy and also that work experience I was going through. And then I stumbled upon the poster of Light of Autism, Mr&Miss, so Autism Kenya.
Okay.
2019. So I was like, I've always wanted, back then, like when I was a kid, I've always wanted to be like sort of Tyra Banks, Naomi Campbell. I used to watch a lot of America's Top Model. So I tortured myself.
But you can do it.
Yeah, so I went with that and finally, it has been so life-changing.
Yes?
Yes.
The whole
pageant.
experience.
The whole experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that got you out from that state of depression?
It did. It opened new doors for me. It opened, like right now, I can tell you I've done so many things. Through my projects, I've gone through. It started with that clip where when I actually was crowned as Light of Autism, it landed on BBC.
Yeah, I saw you.
Then
That was amazing.
I never knew it would reach that point. So there was a group of people, maybe in Morocco. They invited me over there in Morocco. That was last year, before coronavirus. So I had the chance of going to Morocco. It was just an amazing experience. And something just happened. Like, I was supposed to be accompanied by the founder of Step Up for Autism.
Autism, yes.
She's called Ruth Tenai. She's my mom, my second mom, and also my best friend. So yeah, like, hey, it was just an experience. And then now you've never flown outside.
Yeah,
alone.
was your first time. Yeah?
It was my first time. And then something happened, like we missed the flight. That's how that's how I landed there alone. So
but that's scary for you.
It was. I'm like, how am I going to go alone? I've never flown outside without being
any
accompanied.
supervision.
Yeah. So, well, I guess guys from the organizers of the event, were trying to changa for you to get another ticket.
Okay.
So it was from Egypt Airlines to Emirates. Oh my gosh, that's like
it was a good experience, yeah?
Wow. It was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Then in January.
Yeah.
Hey, wow. Well, it was just amazing.
That's nice. So you've talked about you interned.
Yeah.
Employment, let's just put it employment.
Yeah.
Yes, you did some work. So maybe you'd like to tell us, would you say someone living with autism can actually work, can be excellent at their work and also at school if if the kid is in school? What would you say about that?
Employed. We can be employed. It's that some aren't comfortable with the environment. Some have issues with sound. Issues with sound, or they don't want so many people. They can given like the task they specialize in. They're very good with it.
Okay. So you can actually work.
Yes, I can.
No one should limit anyone.
Yes, no one should limit anyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And school.
Yes, any child can learn, provided they're given the right therapy.
Yes.
And the patience, because we are we work at our own pace.
Yes.
It really depends on our own pace, and it takes a person with heart and the patience to be a person living with autism.
And are there any special schools that you can tell us that a person living with different needs can attend? Because mainstream school might be a bit difficult for a person living with autism. Yes?
Yeah, but nowadays, fortunately, they've opened so many special schools, so it's really out there. But it depends now on how the quality of services they give the children. Yeah. Let me not say my age, but my early 2000s, the awareness wasn't there. Not so many people knew about autism. So you're just sent to a special school, and thank God that the teachers that were there could, I can't say tolerate, but could handle me the best care and actually teach me per my pace.
Yeah.
And fortunately, right now we're living in an era where there's at least awareness, and there are therapists out there who are willing to give therapy to a child who has autism or an adult, rather than back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So things are different right now.
Yes.
There's more awareness. People are now more aware of this condition.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it covered by insurance, if you might say? Well, I've not heard about that, but I'm curious.
Just recently I just applied for my disability card, which is like supposed to be compulsory for us, people living with disabilities. I wish it was advertised more. Like it was, like they should send awareness about that card, rather than knowing later on in life this thing can actually benefit you.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, it's, I don't know about insurance, but the system has failed us.
It has?
Yeah, it has failed us completely. But I wish there was a way the education sector in Kenya was more detailed on special needs, especially to teachers in schools. They should be taught in details how to handle a person living with autism, how to handle a person living with cerebral palsy, a person living with dyslexia.
Okay.
So if the educational sector had such a thing, it would make a huge difference in our society.
In each one of your lives.
Yeah.
Okay. And tell us about how you eat, your lifestyle. Do you exercise? How do you feel about
my lifestyle?
Your lifestyle.
I don't go to the gym.
Okay.
But I walk every day.
That's nice.
That's
enough
sort of exercise. Yeah. I eat healthy, of course, but obviously kuna ka junk food there mahali. Yeah. And obviously I have a sweet tooth, so I love cake.
Okay.
Ice cream. Socialize with friends. Yes, I have a boyfriend, so I also socialize with him.
Oh, so cute. So it's a kawaida life too.
It's a kawaida. It's just that I am differently than neurotypical.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though my spectrum is on the mild, doesn't mean that I don't have the condition.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can tell us some of the projects you've pioneered while your light of Miss Autism Kenya.
The first one was going to Morocco and representing autistics at an
global level.
An autistic kind of event. One of my projects, which was major accomplishment, is I actually wrote to True Love and wanted to be on the cover of True Love, but we're aiming for just to be on the article. So
did you make that happen?
We made it happen, and I didn't want not only my story to go, but like others. You know, the more the merrier.
Yes.
So me and fellow advocates living with autism, two other advocates living with autism.
Okay.
We got featured in last year's True Love. I can't remember the title. It's stuff to do with living with autism. And it was such an amazing experience.
It was.
That was a huge accomplishment.
You felt like, yes.
On a woman's magazine, True Love.
Yeah. True Love has been there since the 90s.
Yes.
Yeah.
And throughout, just emailing and then just getting the response back, I was like, what?
Yeah. It was mind-blowing for you.
It was mind-blowing. Mind-blowing.
Tell us more about support groups here in Kenya for people living with autism and also caregivers.
The support group I am in isn't really from Kenya per se, but it's I think it started from the UK, and then it's called World Autists worldwide autists. Here, it's a group where we support each other. We're so many from different parts of the world, from Mexico, from the UK, from America, from Jamaica, from also a continent here in Africa. So it's a wide...
It's a worldwide movement.
Yes, it's a worldwide movement of which I got the opportunity to be one of the admins, which is really amazing. I get... My roles are to sort of create a very harmonious environment in the group. I also am an admin, main admin on Africa Autists. Now this is mainly for Africa, where we have guys from South Africa, guys from Nigeria, guys from, of course, Kenya, guys from Tanzania, Egypt. We're looking for more people, teenagers, that are interested in being in such a place.
A group, yeah?
Yeah.
So what happens there?
We basically talk about, like, we have conversations, like, it's never serious. So it's like we sort of check up on each other. Sometimes we take selfies and like, it's selfie day, so post your selfie. There are also jokes. We kind of diss each other, but on a lighter note. But there are problems that arise, like racism and people who claim to be autistic but are not, and start bullying others in the group, which is now a big issue we're trying to resolve. But it's okay for now.
And there is so much power in sharing your story because it shows someone else that they're not alone.
Exactly.
Yes. It's amazing what you're doing. And for caregivers, what support do they have? Or how can they be supported?
Recently, I think there's more of there's stuff to do with counseling. Guys who give counseling, therapists who give counseling to the caregivers. It's not so much there, but it's being pushed. Something that is being brought to light. Because at the end of the day, it's our caregivers who also get the load, I guess. From trying to understand us. So I think it's a very crucial thing for caregivers to have.
So thank you so much for sharing your story, telling us more about what autism is and getting to understand it's not a disability, it's a condition, and we can still all live in harmony amongst ourselves, and how we can help each other, to just coexist and live a better life. So, ladies, we have come to the end of the show. Unless you have something to share, you can tell the ladies where they can get you on the social media.
On social media, search Bosibori Facebook, search Bosi Instagram. Twitter, I don't use Twitter so much because kuna insults, politics. It's not so big in creating awareness. I have a page on my Facebook page, which is called Uniqueness with Autism. That's where I share most of my experiences with my condition. It's basically a guideline to caregivers on how they can handle their children as they grow. Because I think if it comes from the source, it's better than coming out from a person who's in the medical field and doesn't have experience on having the condition itself. So thank you so much for having me.
Oh, but before we finish, I'd like to demystify, or I'd like you to demystify some of the myths around autism.
Oh, autism has no cure, never has been. So don't ever get lied to by someone and by them telling you there is a cure, there is no cure. It's something we manage it. It's not hard managing it, depending on the support you're given and the therapy you're given.
Yeah.
It is not it's not caused by witchcraft. That is nonsensical at all. It's very nonsensical. We do not have a mental health problem. There's a difference between mental health and neurological developmental conditions. But it is linked. It can be linked. If there is no support, we can end up having mental health conditions. Yes.
Like anxiety,
depression.
You mentioned.
Schizophrenia, bipolar, and among others.
Can these conditions be, can someone get this diagnosed?
Yes,
they can.
Yes.
Okay. So you have to be very intentional on maybe therapy, or going for tests and getting to see what it is that is happening.
Yeah, ensuring you go to the right places. Where you're recommended to go do the assessments, and please follow what the therapist is telling you, because it plays a huge role in a child's or an adult's life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. That
You're
was
welcome.
Very educative. I've learned quite a number of things. Take care of yourselves during this pandemic. And also, as you have heard, people living with autism, it's not a disability. Don't disable these people in the community. You need to enable them. And don't also hide your kids. Take them for counseling or for therapy. And let's educate ourselves on some of these issues that are in our environment. So take care and